Apex Legends is set to release a brand new Heatwave patch, which drops a slew of new skins, a new game mode, and some hefty drama, alongside a buff to one of the characters that might have already been coming back into the meta, and this is the extra push they need. Of course, some of the drama, though, has overtaken the actual quality of things coming out, and I wanted to talk to you about it and all of the changes here in this video and get your thoughts on whether you think people are being ridiculous or if there's some merit here to both of these concepts. First off, though, let's take a look at what people were reacting to originally, which was the announcement of the Apex Legends Sun Squad collection.
Yeah. Another beautiful day in paradise. The sun is shining, the whatever those things are flying, and my ship, the Mirage is ready to set sail for its maiden voyage. Who's excited?
I am.
Excited.
Seriously, anyone other than the robot?
Not likely.
All right, whatever. Enough vitamin me. Yo, DJ!
Uh-oh.
Do the DJ thing!
How unwarranted.
I'm actually vibing on this music. Ooh.
Sun Squad!
Oh no.
Or wear sunglasses. Wait, that's cool.
Overdressed or overarmed.
I guess cold ones after the game are off then.
Nothing like cold
Okay,
steel on a hot
I like
day.
them. I like
Sun's
those.
out, guns out, baby! Hey, was I supposed to mention anything else? Heatwave?
Uh-oh.
Have we seen Ash?
You are more talkative than I anticipated.
The heirloom. Uh-oh. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. And all of this sounds good. I mean, honestly, were we vibing? Like, I was vibing on that, honestly. That was a great trailer. Congratulations to Respawn team. And this introduced a brand new game mode. But if you were careful, you can rewind it. You can try to pause it. There was one frame that got a lot of attention on Twitter. Now, before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about what Heatwave is. Heatwave is a new limited time mode. It turns up the heat in Apex. Same thing as trios, but what's going to happen is there are going to be these heat waves that happen throughout the match. Then you'll have to hide under buildings or go inside buildings or hide under structures in order to avoid taking extra damage. The only way to avoid taking extra damage and cooling down is to slide. So a lot of movement will be happening when you're out there. Plus heat shields, which is an item in game, will actually be used in the ring to allow you to take cover from the sun for a bit. And they tease this thing about keeping an eye out for care packages, as there's another way to mitigate the effects of the sun and look cool while doing it. I have a feeling this is the sunglasses thing that they, obviously turn to. Now, who would have thought that after all these cool things, we still would have gotten some drama going on? Because you cannot really see, for me, I see these things, I say, wow, this is fantastic. You see these weapons coming in. I love that flatline skin. It looks like Catalyst has a dope skin there. I obviously love what they've done. And Ash gets a brand new heirloom, a nunchuck style heirloom, which for me, I'm an old Bruce Lee fan. Enter the Dragon, the little nunchucks. I mean, I cannot wait to utilize this. This is one of the coolest things, and I think heirlooms that Apex has brought to the scene. But if you did notice, there was another conversation being had around this patch, and it started on Twitter with Apex Legends a few days ago saying, here's the deal. If this post gets 10,000 likes, we'll add the swimsuit skin. Now, for those who have no context on this, there have been people who have been asking for a swimsuit Loba skin for a very long time. Now, why is this important? I mean, just take a look at Loba. You'll probably be able to put two and two together, but people thought in a swimsuit, that might be something fun to look at. Now, I'm no guppy. I'm no young gun. I'm sure most of you here have gotten to the level where you understand that sometimes developers and games put together skins that are pleasing to the eye for a variety of different characters and events. And Swimsuit Loba promised a lot to the fans. In fact, it was so anticipated that this post got 10,000 likes in 10 minutes. It actually has 100,000 likes right now, 6,000 retweets, and 1,400 bookmarks. So what ended up happening? We got it. That was it. To me, I'm looking at that skin. I'll go back to it again. Looks fine. This is a decent skin. But no. This is not what the world thought. In fact, there was an uproar of thirsty Apex Legends players who thought that skin didn't give them enough of what they were expecting in their minds. That's right. Their minds had told them something else was coming, which you can, listen, I don't think it's too wrong. It's just that they went over there and guess what? It became a very big deal. In fact, Bruno OCE made this meme that kind of took off a little bit. What we wanted versus what we got. Now, after this, he locked the tweet and said, reading the replies, quotes this, why does everyone take this so seriously? People are calling each other incels, virgins, and much, much worse. No one really expected more than what we got, and the skin is good. Stop being weird and just enjoy the game. In fact, that wasn't all that happened. Kotaku, one of the biggest game writing articles online, online article creations. What do you even say about this? Online websites that writes about video games, wrote thirsty Apex Legends players pissed swimsuit skins aren't hot enough. If I gotta say you have an easy life or you don't have really big problems, I gotta say an in-game character's swimsuit skin not being hot enough really puts it into perspective that maybe you have it better than most people in this world. In fact, I can't even disagree that the idea is a problem, because we all know that sometimes you get attached to these characters and you want cool skins for them. You want them. But to be hot enough, I don't know, man. I just think that we're going down a really weird path of the accessibility of people getting too connected to these characters that don't exist in the world. Now, maybe some people have a good relationship to it. And to be fair, there are normal versions of this. Like, remember back in the day for my millennial babies and maybe a little bit earlier, the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit? This came out in 1988. It is an incredible movie, and it stars not only Roger Rabbit, but one of the, cartoon vixens of the time, Jessica Rabbit. Now, as a young man, I felt some type of way about Jessica Rabbit, even though I grew up to realize she was very much not real. And this is probably the first time I've even thought of Jessica Rabbit in the last 5 or 10 years. But there is a level of this conversation that I think should be addressed here very quickly on this video for anyone who might be going the other way around it. If you truly are getting angry at the fact that Loba's skin isn't hot enough for you, or you do see people that are having these relationships and thinking, no way they're taking it that seriously, I can't even believe it, I'm passing on. One, if you're in that relationship, maybe take a look at it. There might be better uses of your time, and try to, detach, knowing that these characters aren't real. Secondly, this is a thing that happens, and I can't necessarily blame it all on the people. I think we are in a collective world right now where AI art, drawings, accessibility online, these things are affecting us and people who are living at home more than often in ways we don't really understand. In fact, if you don't believe me, there is literally a man who married a video game character, and he really wanted to. Felt like he had to do it, couldn't live his life without it. You guys can look it up. It's real. This happened, I think, around 2009. So moral of the story is, yes, there are people who get a little bit too interested in what their characters look like, say, where, and you know what? Video games have just became so real. Narratives have become so good that people are starting to figure that maybe there is this connection with their real life. I certainly hope you're on the right side of that, and whatever you're doing is working for you. But don't get angry. I think Respawn is trying to do something nice for us here. So big shout outs to Respawn finally putting out that skin. Now, another thing that they did that actually kind of made me very interested in this patch was one small change, and that change was to a character that I thought, when she was released in Season 11 and when Stormpoint came out, was going to take over the meta. For a moment, she did. And of course, I'm talking about Ashe. Ashe, a character that is a very good kind of Wraith replacement, able to scout and also provide quick mobility to her team and have a little bit of crowd control with her tether, got a recent buff in this latest patch. The buff actually allows her tether, or formerly called Arc Snare, to have a reduced cooldown by 20%, going from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. That is a big deal. Travel speed also increased from 700 to 1200. So we're almost doubling the speed at which it travels. And let me just tell you, that thing traveled slower than my grandma driving home from dinner. I'm not going to lie. She's taking side streets, not even near the speed limit. I'm just saying, Grandma, I love you, but I'm driving next time, okay? It was slow. Then you got the tether activation delay and snare grow time decreased by about 50%. What this means in general terms is the arc snare will more reliably hit its intended targets and will obviously be more effective to use. Now, what does this mean for Ashe? Because Ashe came into this last season, I think, looking pretty good, but kind of being forgotten about, especially with Wraith jumping up into her role. But to me, Ashe was always the Wraith replacement. So if people are playing Wraith, I feel like Ashe also maybe has a run. And obviously, as a 3.4% pick rate, she's in the middle of the pack, but Season 16 has seen a massive buff to her pick rate. This is almost a 2% increase in just a few days. Now, it has dropped, but this has shown us that not only is Ashe being considered more often, there are teams utilizing Ashe maybe better than we've ever seen before. And to leave you with this, a new video I'm going to be doing is about the problem with Ashe and what we can expect as to these new metas and things happening. Right here, you could see Fire Beavers, one of the teams that are the best in Europe, actually playing Ashe, Bangalore, and Fuse. An interesting take on getting a little bit of vision and a little bit of aggressiveness from Fuse's ultimate, while also Smokes in Bangalore being utilized in Fuse's ultimate really, really well, and Ashe being able to transport, give mobility on wide open maps like Stormpoint, and also use that tether to lock down enemies in place, whether they're already in Fuse's ultimate or that they're trying to set up for Fuse's ultimate after that tether hits. There's a lot of aggressiveness here, and having killed Alliance Hockey's, another top 3 team in Europe, we saw at the end of that exact scrims, Hockey's was now playing this Ashe with a Seer and a Valkyrie, a different approach to it, but the two consistent parts are Ashe. I can't tell you how they did because I'm going to save that for the video, and for those interested in watching, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, but let me tell you that this Ashe is looking like she could be a big part of this next meta's answer. As always, my friends, leave a like on what you think about the swimsuit and the Ashe buffs, and as always, never give up, never stop gaming. I'll see you all next time.